Welcome back everyone, Jose21 Crisis here, and today we're playing some more Grand Prix World 2001. Last time around we got an upgrade, somehow got a P7 and a P5 in Spain. I say somehow in regards to the P7 because Alonso went for a one-stop strategy in the racetrack where the one-stop strategy simply does not work. But I went for it anyway, despite all of the data pointing at not running the one-stop, because, I don't know, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Panis did get a P5 on merit and pace though, so at least, yeah, that happened. And in Monaco, we fleeced a second and a third thanks to the fact that it rained, and we did the most of the conditions. Rubens won that one, we could have won it ourselves. Also, we ran into the 2-hour glitch, which made me have to, first of all, show you the way to avoid it, and second of all, had to do that method to get a realistic position. Unfortunately, that meant that Frentzen over here got a 7th instead of a 6th, but I'd rather hold these positions as consistent as they should have been. So, here's what we're doing right now. We are 4th and 6th in the championship, 21 points and 16 points respectively. We have 10 million, well 9.7 million in the bank, and things are looking good so far. So I did these changes. First, in commercial, I moved some people into excellent and very good. The objective with commercial will be filling it with excellence, very goods and goods. As for the rest, I filled up the design department. At the design department, I mean, moved a bunch of people up in design, filled up the engineering department, and couldn't do anything in mechanics. I have a very specific setup of personnel that is what I consider the most efficient in terms of efficiency and cash in terms of salary. I'm gonna try to go for that, and one of the objectives I have is that I cannot go higher than 60 personnel in everything except commercial. In commercial, I'm gonna go for the full 100 when I upgrade the factory, but design, engineering, mechanics, only 60. So what do we have here? Of course, we have that full that tells you that I already did my testing. So full setup, full research, full engine, and full tire with this program. I'm gonna be saving the research because, as you can see from here, I'm working on model design and I can just skip the wind tunnel to be able to put the upgraded barge boards for the French Grand Prix, which it's a French Grand Prix, we need to bring upgrades. Fix both cars, car number 1 and car number 2, car number 3 and car number 4 still a bit damaged, but I don't really mind about those. Also engine. Friend of the channel, Ace Shield, mentioned that something we could do is take off points from rigidity and response to be able to fill out fuel and heat. And weight, of course. It's not a bad idea, and I've actually never considered it. The disadvantage of that is that if I take points away from response, driver errors will increase, and for that I will have to just increase dust and wind, but we should be fine in that category. But in race stream, heat is not that important because I usually run the engine pretty low. Like what gives the most heat is top speed and acceleration. I usually take off all the points of acceleration, so that's not a big concern. So I could take away points from heat and keep them on, say, rigidity or response. I think what I'm gonna do is first try to make a purely qualifying engine, and to do a purely qualifying engine, actually I should focus on the race engine. Let's focus on the race engine, shall we? So to focus on the race engine, what I'm gonna do is take points away from heat. 4 should be just enough, and on the hot tracks I will move points into, put some setup points into heat. I'm gonna take 1 point off of response. I'm gonna put that point into weight and the remaining into rigidity. That gives me 8 rigidity points, which should be enough to push top speed up to 9. And the only tracks where we will have issues with this particular engine, it's like Hungary or the Hockenheim Ring. But I could make a specific engine for those anyway. So the 1F specification of engine, of course we will be running the 1D for qualifying and the 1E for race. I will not forget it this time around. As for tires, the hard tires, they're pretty good. The soft tires, they're pretty good. The intermediates, they're work in progress, but we will get there. The wet tires, we're coming up on like Britain and Austria and those races where it's likely we get wet weather races, and for that we need to improve these tires. Again, I would like that for next year, for 2005, there's a downgrade in terms of, well, not engine, but tires, so that our work steel is more effective. But for now, we got ultimate wet weather tires. The only thing remaining is making these Inters the ultimate wet weather tires. Full spares, and that research there. Okay, not much change here in sponsorship. I'm trying to get the guaranteed deals for these boys, and then reduce the cost of the elf deal, which it should be fine. Not much change here. Everything's fine. As for the Canadian Grand Prix XL, I'm putting a lot of focus on getting that Williams active suspension. Hopefully I get it. 1D specification for qualifying because the higher heat and the better response, so less errors. We're running the soft tires on this one. And of course the second specification of intermediates. Now, Canada. What issue you said we have right now? It's poor balance. I'm gonna put 2 points in dust. And then 1 in grip and 2 points in speed. That turns into a high-speed track, which is perfectly fine, to be honest. And we should be okay in terms of wear of anything else. Let me increase this and decrease this for qualifying setup. I just increased top speed and acceleration when we are actually on track. That should be good to go. So accept the orders, accept the setup, accept the assembly. Everything is good to go, so save the game. And on to Canada we go. Canadian Grand Prix. Overcast conditions, low wind speed. Here is the performance chart. I forgot to mention it. I'm guessing we are starting to fall back a bit. Probably everyone else brought upgrades on this race. I know Ferrari brought upgrades on the Monaco Grand Prix. I'm guessing everyone else is gonna bring upgrades. We're gonna be a bit on the back foot on this particular race. But for France, we will have brought upgrades. I do not know if that puts us like ahead of the midfield or closer to the top of the midfield. I hope it is beyond the midfield, but we will see. I need to click on that. So 1D engines, soft tires, that should give us excellent qualifying, and off we go. We are getting closer, but not close enough. David Coulthard takes pole position, 3/10 from Rubens Barrichello. Dear Lord, David. He had no chill. Anyway, Mark Webber is third with Kimi Raikkonen fourth. The Ferraris are falling back. Fifth and sixth, Fisichella and Ralf Schumacher. Ralf leading the championship. He needs to start scoring more, otherwise he's gonna get caught up by these two men. We're 7th and 8th, but Alonso is 1.2 seconds off of pole, and Panis is just a 10th ahead of Enrique Bernoldi. That tells us that it was the soft tires that put us here, not the pace of the car. Definitely everyone else improved. I have not seen the chart yet, but I'm pretty sure everyone else improved. Montoya is 10th with Frentzen 11th. Here is the rest of them. Clearly Michael Schumacher is losing motivation because he's 3/10 behind Luciano Berti, which shouldn't happen, but it has happened. So somehow we'll have to get a 7th and an 7th and 8th. We'll somehow have to hold this position. We have very high wind speed, which is not good. Well, we have poor balance, not high pitch sensitivity, so we should be fine. This time I will put the race specification of engine with the higher weight rating, so we should be fine. For this one, I actually just used 3 sets in qualifying. I actually used set number 3. I'm not sure why it's not saying that it has been scrubbed. So you have tires 4, 5, 6 and 7 ready to use, because I'm going to run a 3-stop here. And I'm gonna be running it on Panis since he seemed to have the worst pace of the two. So maybe he's gonna be able to make up some positions in this way. You do not want to run a 1-stop in this race because the weight penalty is significant. So I'm gonna be running the the 3-stop for Panis. Alonso's gonna be running the traditional 1-stop, the traditional 2-stop, I mean. 6 and 7. While Alonso's gonna be running up to 25, then up to 50, and then just 19 laps. There sets 4, 5, and 6, and he has 7 in case something else happens. So 2-stop for Alonso, 3-stop for Panis. I hope this works out in the end. Right then, so let's get in there. Pause and save the game, because you already know what usually happens when I don't save the game. Right, so push, and here's the configuration of orders we have right now. Now it's gonna be at 10. It didn't work out last time in Monaco. Let's see if it works out better here. Off we go. Let us see dropping back, of course. Panis is 9th right now. In traffic is 10th. Alonso is dropping back too. Unfortunate, because I mean this is what usually happens. Now we're climbing back. Alonso 12th with Panis 9th. We should get a few moves up there. Yep, 8th. Alonso 11th. The Ferrari is dropping back. Well, the 7. I cannot remember the numbers, man. But yeah, we're moving up. I see a Williams drop down as well. So yeah, 6 and 10 at the beginning of the first lap. It's fine. Well, 6 and 9 now. Drop this to 5. And Alonso saying drop this there and drop this to 5 because they are in traffic. Just in time for both. P6 and P9 at the beginning of the opening lap. It's David Coulthard leading from, I'm pretty sure it's Rubens. Indeed, it is Rubens Federico. Let's just use this. From Rubens, then you have Mark Webber, Giancarlo Fisgella, Kimi Raikkonen, Ralf Schumacher, Enrique Bernoldi, Fernando Alonso. Okay, dropping down Alonso. That's not the way I need you to go. You are on, actually you're on a 2-stop, so I guess it's fine, but I need you to climb up. I need you to be like P8 and stuff. And, well, if we're gonna hold... Oh no, I'm looking at Panis. I mean, I guess it's fine. Okay, drop this down to 5 again. And Panis is holding up Ralf Schumacher. It's fine. It's unfortunate for Ralf, but hey, he had to qualify better. Okay, let's start chilling out. Alonso, I need you to get a move done on that Benetton. You cannot be held by that Benetton. Come on, get a move done. And Panis, I should have increased it on Panis so that he can move up a few positions as well. There he goes, Alonso up to P8 now. Ahead of the Benetton, the Ferraris are falling off, absolutely falling off. Let's see, where is... Man, Panis is in a pack right now, and he's not looking half bad either. Trying to get a move done there, but I mean, it kind of worked out, I guess. Keep that at 5 because we're in the middle of a fight, so it's gonna work the brakes a bit and the tires as well, but it should be fine. We're running 2 stops. It's perfectly okay. P4 now, come on, Panis. You know what? We're gonna stay here. In this lap 4, it's usually much more than I usually record, but Panis could get up to P3 on this one, maybe not. Let's wait till the end of the lap, actually, before calling it off. Okay, now he's being passed by Mark Webber, who's cheating. There we go. I mean, Panis is very, very close to getting there. Come on. It's just a lap that I'm giving you. The recording has gone long enough. It's 6 minutes on this recording. That's usually way too long for me. Okay, enough. Whatever happens, happens. Drop that down, please. Thank you. Okay. Actually, Panis, you stay on a 5. You're on a 3-stop. You don't need that much tire preservation. Alonso, you do. Anyway, 5 laps, that's way too much. I'll cut the recording here and I come back to you a bit later. So, see you then. So, little update. Panis is going to pit, so it's not a little update. Mark Webber pit a while ago, and thanks to the fact that Oliver Panis put one of the defensive performances of his life. Why is everyone 3-stopping? Okay, thanks to the fact he put one of the defensive performances of his life, he's all the way back here. He's in the Alonso train, and Panis is also going to be in the Alonso train. Should be just ahead of this guy. Should be. Will be. Let's go. Unfortunately, he's now in traffic, but he has fresher tires, so come on, time to get a move on. But yeah, thanks to the fact that Panis has blocked for his life, he's actually well ahead of Mark Webber, and he's in striking position of David Coulthard thanks to the fact that everyone seems to be 3-stopping for whatever the reason, or maybe it's just an early 2-stop, which, I mean, yes, it could work, but I don't know why you will do that. In any case, Alonso has set his tires on fire for whatever reason. His pace has gone. Like, this race he hasn't had that much pace. I'm not sure why, but he just hasn't. In any case, let's see how far up Panis can move up, and I really need Alonso to hold on as long as he can. He has a Williams. No, it's not a Williams. Oh no, it's a PAR. But he has Fizzy and Coulthard and actually a Williams back there with him, so he needs to hold as long as he can. There goes Rubens. Ralph is maybe gonna win this race if he's on a 1-stop. If he's on a 2-stop, then it's gonna be contested. I think Rubens is gonna be ahead of Alonso. Yep, definitely. Okay, cut the recording here and go to Alonso's stop. Okay, it doesn't look like anyone significant is going to run a 1-stop. And I think we guaranteed that Rubens Barrichello is going to win this race, because look where Rubens is, look where the rest of the pack is. Now Alonso is going to come into the pits. I doubt these people are going to catch Rubens. But in a more positive note, I think Panis is well in position to get a solid points finish. There goes Alonso's chances at a point. Because Frentzen decided to fit in that lap and we weren't ready, he's now dropped all the way down to 15. Dang it. Ah, no. Ah, no. He was ahead of a bunch of people too. Okay, let me see if I actually got a save before that point. Otherwise, I'm just gonna come back to this point because mayhem. Okay, it's time for Alonso to pit. It is a lap earlier. The reason why I didn't let him pit on lap 25 is that we will have run into the pit stop glitch. And Alonso's in solid position. I do not want that to happen. So there he goes. Someone else also pit. Oh, dang it. I mean, this one's actually gonna hurt less than had I pit in the proper lap. Because Frentzen came all the way from behind to get through. So, no. It's still gonna hurt because we should have been like here, but pit stop glitch, we're dropping down to 14. He was 16 in the original recording, so yeah, it hurts because I was forced on the pit stop glitch. It's sad. At times it happens, but we're gonna try to make the most out of it. In any case, ahead, I was gonna say, I think Rubens is now destined to win this race, but everyone else caught up to him, so it's not gonna be that easy for him. But now, let me drop that because he doesn't need it. Now we just see what everyone else has in store. Panis is keeping up with them, but remember he's on a 3-stop. And Alonso is down here in 12, so let's see where he ends up after everything. Ooh, Fizz is out of this race, and that means everyone moves up a place. Panis up to 4th now. Alonso's gonna be up to 11th. That's something that I did not expect, but I very much appreciate. So sorry, Fizzy. Ferrari is discombobulating. They're falling apart at the seams. So I guess it's a proper time to do the half race report, presented by, of course, me. Panis is struggling with traffic. He's struggling with traffic. That allowed Giancarlo Fisichella to overtake him. Now he's gonna come into the pits, and he should come out, I guess, a bit behind Alonso, or maybe ahead. I'm not completely sure. We will see what happens. But Alonso is making his way past, made his way past Bernoldi. Now he's trying to hunt down Saracen. Actually, let's see where Panis ends up. I knocked down something. Do not worry. Okay, so he ends up ahead of Alonso. That means he should have better pace than him because fresher tires, and I don't think 5 laps of fuel is enough to like really offset the pace. So Panis is 7th now, he's net 7th, about to move into P6, and no one else has pitted just yet. So maybe everyone was just on an early 2-stopper. Come on, get the move done. Thank you. Okay, so lots of clean air ahead. So do your best, Panis. Thank you, Alonso. Okay, P6, P7, good for now, and I think that's how we're gonna finish, unless everyone is actually on a 3-stop, which I'm beginning to doubt. Anyway, David Coulthard is leading, found a bunch of space after his stop. That means he's actually leading this year event. Rubens Barrichello, Kimi Raikkonen are 2nd, apparently squabbling with each other. There they are now. Kimi Raikkonen is 2nd. Ralf Schumacher found some pace as well. Mark Webber is 5th. As you remember, physical at DNFs. 6 and 7, Alonso, Panis and Alonso, with Saracen in 8th, although Bernoldi could climb back and get that position as well. He's being hunted down though by Pedro de la Rosa and Jos Verstappen. We do have one stopper, that will be Jan Alesi, although I think it's not working out for him. He's behind Tarso Marquez, although I think he will end up, he will end up ahead of Tarso by the end of this, so it's fine. In the meantime, we're stuck in 6th and 7th, and I'm pretty sure that's how we're gonna finish. Just the car didn't have any more pace, and this race has had a lot of driver errors. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it's like car doesn't have any more in it. Upgrade will be coming for France, which should give us a bit of pace, and I'm gonna put all of our effort into winning the French Grand Prix by putting as many points into pace as possible. We'll figure out the whole hardware situation. We are not gonna win, but we're gonna try our best. The reason why we're not gonna win is there's likely going to be a one-stopper that ruins everything for us. But we'll worry about that when we get there. Anyway, that has been the half race report. Pretty short, but to the point. Anyway, I'll cut the recording here, and I'll see you in the future when Alonso has to pit. Tell you what, Alonso was supposed to pit on lap 50, but since the pit stop glitch is out there ready to ruin everything, I decided to pit him in on this lap. So, lap 49 he goes in, and something else that you should know is that now Rubens Barrichello is absolutely certain to not win this race, simply because he's back here with Panis. They brought him in, David Coulthard is still lapping, Kimi Raikkonen is all the way up here. The reason why Rubens is all the way back here is thanks to the fact that Mark Webber pitted with him and pit stop glitched him behind him. So yeah, and now he's stuck in Panis tracks, and we're not letting him through. He's gonna have to work for it. Speaking of working for it, I think Alonso's gonna have to fight a bit to get his P7. And Panis as well is gonna have to fight a bit to get his P6. We will see. Panis is coming in a few laps, so let's cut the recording and wait for him. Right? So, final pit stop for Olivier Panis. Mark Webber is out. Okay, that's an extra position. Thank you. Why is he out? A skill issue. Okay, fine. Just 2 DNFs in this race. What's going on? Anyway, Panis into the pits, easily into P5 now, with Mark Webber out of the picture. There we go. And Alonso is trying to be hunted down by Alesi and Saracen, but I doubt they get there. They don't have the... I doubt they have the car to do so, or the tires. We definitely have the tires. Alesi definitely doesn't. I mean, he's on a hard tire, but he's on a one-stop. He doesn't have the pace to do this. Anyway, Coulthard still on the lead. Kimi Raikkonen is still 2nd. Ralf Schumacher, getting a 3rd out of nowhere. Rubens Barrichello screwing up, and in terms of team overall, down to 4th. And we're gonna throw out a 5th and a 6th thanks to 2 DNFs. We are actually in the position where our team should be, which will be 7th and 8th. But 2 DNFs moves us up. It's fine. And clearly the 3-stop strategy works today, although on the other hand, Alonso didn't seem to have the pace, at least this during the race. So yeah, still I'm pretty happy if this result holds. I hope it does. Anyway, cut the recording to the end of the race unless there is some DNF that moves us up. I'll see you in a moment. Look at the message up here. Kimi's done it again. I told you, it's happened already before. Again, okay, this one is on skill issues. It's Kimi, when he DNFs on the final few laps, is usually due to some sort of card issue, not a skill issue. But still, a DNF on the final laps is one of the most Kimi Raikkonen things to ever Kimi Raikkonen. Oh, that moves us. Of course, that moves us a few positions. P4 and P5, we are frauding this. Rubens Barrichello now gets a podium. He's gonna be a bit happy with that, I mean. But yeah, now let's cut to the end of the race, can we? Right, so David Coulthard is on his final lap of the race. He had it difficult at first, but managed to get it together, and now he is going to win the Canadian Grand Prix. I dissed Rubens Barrichello last time around for not really being in this fight, and well, he went back up, and now this is trying to remind everyone that this is going to be his championship. David Coulthard wins the Canadian Grand Prix from all the way back here. Ralf Schumacher, third is going to be Rubens Barrichello. Decent position for him, not bad. I mean, he would have liked to be a bit higher, but it is what it is. Fourth is going to be our very own Olivier Panis. Fifth is going to be our very own Fernando Alonso. We are frauding into these positions. This car should not be here, but we're putting it here anyway. Decent race overall. The strategies worked as good as I would have liked. The 3-stop worked well, the 2-stop didn't work as well, but I think that's goodbye Luciano Berti. But I think that's mostly Alonso lacking pace throughout the race. Careful now. Don't crash out or something. But anyway, that is a wrap for the Canadian Grand Prix. Confirmation that Coulthard wins from Ralf Schumacher, Rubens Barrichello. 4th is Panis, 5th is Alonso, 6th is Alesi, 7th is Saracen, 8th is Bernoldi. Nice, alright. Irvine is 9th with Verstappen, 10th. Here is the rest of them. Bunch of DNF at the end. Kimi did the 2008 Spa. Good. He wasn't fighting for the win, but you know the point. Anyway, Ralf Schumacher is still in the lead, but he's getting chased down. Everyone back here is chasing him down. Coulthard is still more than a race win away, but Rubens Barrichello definitely within a race win of Ralph, and Panis is back here. I mean, it will take a miracle, but Panis is still on this. And Alonso doing his best to fight Webber. He's tied with him. He should be able to beat him if Webber has some sort of issue in the next race. Ferrari still lead the Constructors' Championship. Williams take a bit of a hit thanks to Kimi DNFing, but they should be fine. And Prost is all the way back here. Prost could very much win the Constructors this year. Because, I mean, it's 23 points, fact. But if the second half of the year is amazing, as I usually tend to have second years, we could pull up to them. So yeah, we are doing good so far, and we're making money as well, so good. Staff losses, demoralization, it's fine. The usual complaining, I don't really care. Engine R&D, but no new engine. Yeah, the tire sponsor can complain anything they want. Alright, we got an advantage over there, we're gonna use that. I don't mind, pity we missed the podium, but the car is really good though. West Williams, I see. Alonso came 5th, Panis just missed a podium, it is perfectly fine. Fastest lap David Coulthard, he got nearly everything. Bunch of sponsorship. Alright, I forgot to put that there. Alright, so what do we do now? We go to sponsors. Marlboro is pretty happy, so let's stop talking with them and bring Katia, I suppose. And let's use this advantage on Elf to move this all the way over here. And this Castrol deal has been sealed, so let's take off everyone from there. I'm gonna put it on Elf. I'm not sure what's the correct amount, I'm gonna fix that later, but I will put the correct amount on Elf, then move everyone else up to quality, so that we can have better quality in terms of hospitality. Get that done, get this done. Dang it, the FIA not granting anything, and we didn't find the active suspension, so unfortunate. That is 6 points there, which is exactly what we can get. Again, the method I'm using is taking my designer. He has 4 points. Taking my facility, that's 2, add them up, that gives me 6. So I'm just giving 6 to that. And I will be giving 4 to the CFD simulation. Speaking of which, we need to get these barge boards on the car. So let's use that research. Construct the component, 48%. Looking at those values, I don't think we're gonna win the championship that way. Anyway, this hydraulics is just because I'm dropping the heat of the engine, so that the hydraulics do not fail on me. Right, so let's build the new barge boards and build the new hydraulics. Good. Something else to work on, we will see in a moment. And we're gonna work on, I don't use the brakes that much. Throttle could be fine, same with gearbox. Let's work on throttle first. And let's see if we can get some active suspension. Anyone else have developed level 3 active? Well, Williams has it. Ferrari has it. No. Let's try taking them from Ferrari. There we go. This is fine, okay. Where else do we go now? I need to do setup, I need to do this stuff. So yeah, I will cut the recording, then come back to you for the second race of this episode, which is the French Grand Prix, big race. To see what I do with the setup and the personnel and my commercial staff, we will see. So I will come back to you in a moment. I have returned, and now I have to re-record this section again because my computer was overloaded with stuff. I have fixed that, now it should be working better. When my computer is overloaded, I sound like a robot. Anyway, what have I done? I have changed the personnel, so as you can see, move someone all the way up to excellent. We should be moving someone else to excellent, and that should be enough for design. In engineering, moving some people around, that star is gonna be lost, but it should be fine. And mechanics, same thing, moving people up. And in commercial, didn't do anything because, well, even with the headhunter, there was no one. My objective is to move everyone up to excellent, very good, or good. And of course, to increase the size of the factory, to fill this up with 100 people. In design, engineering, and mechanics, I'm not gonna do that because then the game turns too easy. In engineering, I did full setup, full development, full research, full engine, and full tire with this run plan. And that gave us, we got 3 points here on the safety simulation for the 2005 car. This 8% should give us 1 more block, and that should be enough. In the 2004 chassis, we have low downforce. The diffuser is not good. We need to fix that issue as soon as possible because this slows us down plenty. We're not gonna have that good performance, especially in the wet, I think. So yeah, should be fixed for Hockenheim though, so I expect to see good performance from then on. In technology, working on the throttle and on active suspension. Used up the entirety of my engineers to get just 9 spare parts, and I did manage to fix car number 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Car number 4 is the R&D car now, and it should be there for now. In tires, we got full tires, so let's turn these intermediates into the ultimate intermediates. Unfortunately, the advantage is not that much because everyone is just running this specification, which is pretty good as is, but ultimate intermediate tires. And the engine. What we're gonna do with the engine is this 1F engine, which is now our race engine, we're gonna remap it. We're gonna take 1 point away from heat and 2 from response to give 1 point of rigidity and 2 points in fuel. What that's gonna do is, of course, gonna reduce fuel consumption. And it's also gonna let me run top speed to the highest possible for, this rigidity. 9 rigidity is good enough, 10 is unnecessary. The only problem is gonna be this heat, where maybe on like Hungary or Hockenheim, we are gonna have issues running top speed at high, but I have setup points to put on heat, so that should be fine. As for commercial, put some people in the quality to be able to have level 2 hospitality, that should be enough. Put 6% in elf, that should give us some progress in the deal. The most progress is gonna get because of the advantage I put on elf. And I have some people here on Credit Suisse and PSN trying to get the guaranteed deal, just like we did with Castro. Now, France. That's fine. We're gonna be running, first of all, the D specification of engine, thanks to the higher heat and higher response. Overall, it should give us better single lap times compared to D1F specification. Yes, less weight, rigidity is like fairly similar. The heat is lower, so I cannot push the engine that much. So we're gonna be running that, and we're gonna be running the. No, it's fine. That's fine. Did I make any changes to the tires? No, I have not. Anyway, we got the 4 specification of stuff. We're gonna be running that. In this track, you only want to run 2 stops or 3 stops because the 1 stop doesn't work unless you're an AI, and we're not AI, so gotta run the 2 stop or the 3 stop. I'm gonna put 1 point here in heat because, well, low heat engine. From assembly again. I'm gonna put 3 points here on grip and 1 point in dust. I will have put them on speed, but we have low downforce and that reduces grip, so I'm gonna counter the low downforce with some grip points. In fact, I'm gonna flip that around. Dust gives you more grip than the actual grip rating does, but grip increases your pace. Speed increases your pace even more, but I cannot afford that. As for these, there, and you just lower that. Clearly I'm not gonna be able to run full top speed in qualifying, but we're gonna do our best. From the orders, French Grand Prix, and we head in there. Alright, our home race, the French Grand Prix. Hope to have a good race this weekend, although it's France. We usually don't do good in France. We will see, however. Let's do our best. Soft tires, everything is right. So, oh yeah, something I did notice on the performance chart at the peak on Canada, we didn't perform that good, and no one else had brought upgrades other than Sauber. So, I hope things are better for for France. I hope things are better for France. So David Coulthard again takes pole position for the French Grand Prix with Kimi Raikkonen putting it on second. You have the Ferraris back there, Fisichella and Ralf Schumacher in that order. Then you have Mark Webber and Olivier Panis in 6th. Rubens Barrichello appears to be underperforming. He's 7th. Then again, just 3 thousandths of a second away from Panis. And then you have Alonso in 8th, who is in fact underperforming. He's 3 tenths away from Panis. To be fair, Alonso screwed up on his final lap. He could have cut his time down by about a 2 tenths, but that wouldn't be enough to beat Rubens. But still, Frentzen in 9th with Verstappen in 10th. You have the Benetton, Pedro de la Rosa, Enrique Bernoldi. Here's the rest of them. Jaguars still suck, although Michael Schumacher does beat Luciano Burti in this occasion. Also, I don't know what the hell happened with Jean Alesi. He's getting beat by a Minardi. I'm not sure what's going on, but it has happened. Anyway, the upgrade did work. We are a bit closer to them. We're just half a second away from Coulthard. But remember, we're on hard tires, and look at how close the top 3 are. Jeez. At the very least, we're 2 tenths away from Webber, which is good. But we have that low downforce, which is costing us pace, and I cannot invest that many points into, say, speed, because I have to put them on grip and dust to be able to have pace. We do need more upgrades, like we need upgrades for Hockenheim. Maybe that's when we'll be able to win a race, but in any case, France is somewhere where I struggle to do on this occasion. So, overcast, average wind speed, that's fine. We go to the 1F specification. Stop double clicking. Oh, okay. The frame limiter is off. I need to keep the frame limiter on, otherwise bad things happen. So now the frame limiter is on, we have the F specification. Low heat, but we should be okay. Also low reliability. Again, we should be okay. We've been okay the last few races. So everything should be fine. Who is running the 3-stop? I'm gonna give it to Alonso this time around. He's gonna go first 20, then he's gonna go 38. Let's set that up right away. 18, then should be 56, and then 16 all the way to the end. 4, 5, and 6, and 7. I did the same thing. I reused a set, so I only used 3 sets in qualifying, so I have 4 sets for the race. Panis is going to have the 2-stop, but I'm gonna make his a long 2-stop. By how much? Let's have him pit on lap 28. That should be enough to avoid any... I cannot pit him on lap 56, can I? No, I cannot. One more lap. 29 and 58, the tires should be good enough to make it there. Do I want to stay on these tires this long? No. Let's go lap 20. Let's go pit on lap 20. Set up to pit on lap 28, which we should be clear of Alonso at this point. But set it so we can pit on lap 56, but I'm gonna have him save fuel. Or, you know what, let's... 2 laps earlier, we're gonna be able to save a bit of fuel with the way I'm gonna set up his orders. And we'll see where he ends up, because the Alonso 3-stop, it's ruining things a bit here, but it should be okay. 28, 54, and to the end. And 20, 38, 56, and to the end. That should be good enough for this race. Let's get in there. And remove that. Okay, go. You have no idea how many re-records this particular section of the video took. The first reason for the re-records was that Venezuela is going through a very interesting situation. If you know the geopoliticals, you know that this is a situation that's going on. Part of that situation is that the electrical system is not great. We have blackouts and stuff. That's why I keep saving at the start of each race in case we get a blackout or something. But this is not a video about Venezuela, this is a video about Grand Prix World 2001, the French Grand Prix. So, justice for Prost Grand Prix. Anyway, the second was that I ended up deviating, making a research on why we were getting terrible race starts, and I ended up getting a fix for the situation. I made a little rant at the end of the video where I explained what's going on, but anyway, in we go. I'm gonna drop this to 3, I'm gonna drop this to 3, and I'm gonna increase this to 5, increase this to 5, dropping the acceleration just so that we do not overheat, and go, okay, 6 and 8, nice, holding position, dropping 1 place, no, do not back off on lap 1, now we go max braking, minimal acceleration, now it's when that does happen. Okay, so P7 and P9, it's fine for now. We do need to climb up a bit further. Oh, right, I forgot. After the race start, I should now be dropping this to 100. Anyway, Panis, you do not have to defend against Alonso, please. Just let Alonso through. Alonso's on a 3-stop, he should be faster. I'm not gonna tell him to move over. I'm gonna have Alonso fight for his position. There he goes. Okay, you do not block Alonso, you do not block Panis, but Panis, you do block behind you. Okay, lower this to 3, that will do the trick, and you to 1, because you do not want to overtake, you only want to hold position. It's David Coulthard in the lead from Fisichella, then Barrichello having a good start, Kimi not so much, Ralph is still behind, and Mark Webber is the next man up the road for Fernando Alonso. Interesting situation developing back there. Okay, that means I can have Panis not like defending his position, because if they're just gonna drop back, oh, a Sauber is ahead, and the Saubers don't have that good pace. I rate that. Now there's a freaking arrows in front of that went off in smoke. The arrows are gonna catch us because the arrows have pace. So let's enjoy this little moment of peace and calm while David Coulthard goes off into the distance. I'd rather have Rubens Barrichello win this championship, or Ralf Schumacher, not David Coulthard, because I still have beef with him. The beef will never end. The beef never ends. So that's 2 laps completed, and our pace so far, it's solid, but do not let this deceive you. In the first few laps, your pace is good. Right after that, every other AI finds like half a second of pace and leaves you in the dust. This always happens. There's no way to avoid it. Speaking of avoiding things, let me stop pushing. And the reason why I'm gonna stop pushing is so that the boys end up saving fuel. Maybe we can stretch each stint by 1 or at most 2 laps. Panis might be able to stand it 2 laps. But we're just gonna let off the throttle, let them just run at their regular pace, and we should be fine. For now. In the second stint, well, for Panis at least, I'm not gonna have him push, but Alonso's gonna push in his second, third, and fourth stint because there's no point saving in those. Lap 3 is about to be completed. We go into lap 4. Now Rubens Barrichello is second, and let's see how those two fight. Ralph needs to get up there, needs to start fighting those two. Anyway, yeah, he's third. Anyway, cut the recording here and go into the future to see how things are going. And I'm plenty happy I managed to get things working. Maybe I should make the transition to 150% speed, but I don't know. I feel that will be too fast for everything we do here. Oh, Rubens is out. Okay, good thing I didn't cut the recording then. Good thing I started talking stuff. We move one position each, but brakes on lap 3. Alright, Rubens. Alright, Williams. I guess you don't want to win the championship. But man, I need someone to win this championship instead of freaking David Coulthard. Please, someone, cut the recording now. First things first, I made the transition to 150%. Look at how fast everything is. Second, we've already had, 4 casualties. The Jordans, Tarso Marquez, and Rubens. And third of all, Fernando Alonso's coming in for his first stop of the day. Dang it, Mark. Okay, so Mark Webber also comes in and ruins things a bit, but it should be fine. I forgot to tell Fernando to push. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. The only thing is, Webber's gonna be ahead now. Okay, push, 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 and start attacking, because I'm pretty sure you can get Mark Webber. At the front, David Coulthard, remember that he's on the best car in the field right now. Look at how fast things go now. It's amazing. Anyway, yeah, I don't think he's getting him. I don't think he's getting him. Dang it. Okay, you know what? Stop pushing. We will deal with that later. David Coulthard in for his first stop as well. Is he planning to... Oh, Fizzy knocked him out of contention now. I think Kim is gonna win this. Okay, I think Ralph is gonna win this race. Either that's a 3-stop or a very early 2-stop, and I'm not sure why you will run a very early 1-stop in this race. 2-stop in this race. I'm not a fan, but it is an option. And if it is an early 2-stop, then that means Panis somehow has the advantage in this situation. Actually, and if it is a 3-stop, much better, because that means Panis is third on merit. Good. But now the question is, what will Ralph and Kimi do? Let's let them... Okay, Kimi's pitting. Okay, it has to be an early 2-stop. Why are they pitting so early? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, cut the recording here, and if Kimi is on a 1-stop, he will win this race. This wasn't on my playbook. I did not expect rain today. And you know what? Where is the conditions? Where is the current conditions? The track dryness is just dry. It's not very dry. So it's just gonna take 2 condition changes for us to get into wet weather. And if it does say there, I think Ralf Schumacher's gonna win this race because Kimi is not good in the wet. But if it does rain, Panis has a very good chance of scoring a podium here today. Same with Alonso. Alonso, ahead of Alonso, there's plenty good people. Okay, Alesi's down, so Alesi's not gonna be a factor in this one. I need this rain to stay. It needs to stay. It needs to turn intermediate. Jenson Button pits. It needs to turn intermediate. That's gonna give a big boost. We need that. Panis' pace has been very good to be able to catch Ralf Schumacher. The weather is around and it is threatening. I managed to extend Panis' stop by 1 lap, but not enough for the weather to change. So he goes in. So now we are waiting on the weather to change before going back in and putting inters. At least I hope it changes. Kimi in the end was not on a one-stop, he was on a two-stop, so there's that. Who is on a one-stop is the Benettons, and that's Joss. Yeah, Joss, who's now third, so, you know, I told you the arrows have space. So, we are in trouble, because we're in trouble if the weather doesn't change. If it changes, we're still in trouble because Jos Verstappen's going to win. Dang it. We will see. Will it change on this go? Only one way to find out. It does not. Okay. So yeah, it needs to change, and preferably these three don't pit when the weather changes, because if that happens, they're gonna be upset because they're gonna be able to make most of it. Okay, it's time. Alonso, go into the pits right now. Panis, please, for everything you want, please slow down so we can try to service you both on the same pit stop, on the same lap. Come on, slow down. Slower, please. Slower. Pit this lap. Pit this lap. Come on, get out there. Get out there. Okay, we got them both. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him. Okay. Push, Alonso, push. Panis just has a fresh set of tires of intermediates, may I add, but it's just tires. So I'm also gonna have him push, maybe pit him a lap earlier. That's Bertie going out, that's not my concern. A lap earlier, so I can put fresh tires a bit later, intermediates. Okay, time to gain time, boys. Time to make up some freaking time. Let's go. A podium is far-fetched because of how far down Panis is and the timing of the stops. It is a bit unrealistic to hope for a podium. Should be 15 laps, yeah, but we can still have hope. Mark Webber goes into the pits. Jenson Button goes into the pits. Okay, Webber has less pace in the wet than Panis, so we should be okay. Speaking of things, increase this to 5. I don't want to like micromanage on this particular occasion. Come on, okay, good. We should catch Webber with no issue. The one that will cause us trouble is not so much not Raikkonen. Raikkonen is getting picked off in a moment. The one that will cause us issues is Ralf Schumacher because he's plenty fast. Juan Pitts, it's fine. Bernoldi, he is solid in the wet, but I think Alonso is better at this point. And of course, he's on the proper tire, so that also helps. But yeah, I think Alonso will get the has the track position advantage over Panis, but I think Panis will catch him by the end of this. Oh yeah, look. That's a whole bunch of people. Panis has the chance of overtaking. I don't think he will get there, but he has the chance to. They're going out of the pits. No, I don't think we get him. Or maybe. Oh, we got him. Yes. Picked off. Now he's P6. Okay. Panis, come on. Dispatch those people you're trying to overtake. Thank you, Jenson Button, for getting yourself a blue flag, but get out of the way. Thank you. Jos Verstappen now, please. Alonso is third. This could be his podium. This could be a podium that he owns now. Get that. Might as well turn this into a half race report. Jos Verstappen, excellent. Excellent. Welcome to the half race report, where Alonso is the net leader of this race, simply because these two are yet to bid for intermediate tires. Yeah, that's what's going on. Kimi Raikkonen leads from Ralf Schumacher. Third, it's Fernando Alonso. Fourth is Pedro de la Rosa with fifth, Mark Webber. Sixth is Olivier Panis, being chased by number 7, Giancarlo Fisichella. 8 is David Coulthard, and Fernando Alonso is very close to taking the lead of this race. If he can only pass Kimi Raikkonen, he does. Now he only needs to pass Ralf Schumacher. He does not on this go, but he will. Do not worry about that. Speaking of things, let me prepare the wets in case it comes down to that, because it could very much move. Fernando Alonso takes the lead of the race. And the conditions turn very wet, so into the pits we go. Might as well serve that stop right now. 19 laps. I don't want to pit again. Same with you, Alonso, coming to the pit. Might as well just serve that final stop in this go. I think that's exactly what Ralph and Kimi were waiting. And Panis is not winning this race, but Prost could very well win this race if we calculated things right. Let me take off any other strategy that we have. We likely will have to pit again, and that's not good. The fact that we don't have enough fuel, that means we're gonna have to fuel save, and well, we can do that. But Alonso, I don't think he will have to fuel save. There, and that should be enough. He's gonna be able to push the entirety of the... Okay. Everything is right. Everything is working fine. Don't worry, everything is fine. Alonso getting serviced. Probably not for the last time today, but he will be serviced for now. I'm not sure what Ralf Schumacher is doing. I'm pretty sure he's a wet weather specialist, but whatever strategy he's doing, it's definitely not it. He's gonna be overtaken by Kimi Raikkonen if he keeps up doing things like he's doing right now. Oh yeah, now Panis will have to save 2 laps of fuel, which I'm gonna prepare to pit in case things come down to that, pitting for intermediates. Same with you intermediates. I guess you will need like 1 lap or something. 1 lap. Stefan Sarasan ignoring blue flags, good job. It's in these conditions that blue flags begin to appear. It's just Verstappen leading. Oh no, it's just Giancarlo Fisichella. No big deal. So I think... Never mind, I think Panis can win this race. Because Panis has better wet weather rating than Fernando Alonso. Therefore, Panis is faster. And I think he has enough time to catch up to Alonso. But the question is... The big question is... Can Panis save enough fuel? That's the biggest of questions. I think Ralph already pit. Or did he? Yeah, Ralph pit. Ralph pit. It's big screw job from Ferrari, which it's Ferrari, of course they do things like this. And of course Grand Prix World AI, but never mind that fact. But yeah, we went from, points will be nice to we are getting a 1-2 in this race. We are. There's no one stopping us. Fizzy, you will not stop the inevitable. Get out of the way. That's the move done. Fernando Alonso to the lead again, and Oliver Panis is coming. Oliver Panis is coming. You cannot stop this man. He will get there. And I will cut the recording here. This has been the longest half race report ever. I will come back to you when needed. Thank you, Heinz Harald Frentzen. Good job. Dang it stopped raining. I wanted more rain. But anyway, Prost 1-2 in France. The only thing that could be better is Prost 1-2 in France with a French driver leading. And with the way things are good by Michael, with the way things are going, I think that's what's going to happen. Sorry, Alonso, but you're gonna have to move over. Also, I considered the possibility that we'd never have to pit again, and I decided to lower Panis's pace. Oh, I see. Jenson Button took out Michael Schumacher. Okay, I understand that. So yeah, consider the possibility that we didn't have to pit again, and I decided to lower top speed in case of that. In any case, I have prepared the pit stops in case we switch to intermediate conditions. I have Panis ready with 2 laps of fuel because he needs 2 laps to get even, and Alonso needs 1 lap to get even. Also, Panis cooled down his tires for indiscernible reasons. I do not understand why. You might want to ask him why he cooled down his tires. I don't need them that cool. The wet weather tires don't wear out at all. Well, they do wear, but the wear is so low it might as well not exist unless you have low resilience, which we do not have. Anyway, we will keep going until the situation changes to wet instead of very wet. Also, slowly but surely, Ralph Schumacher is becoming a threat. He's flying. He scares me right now, but he should not be a threat just yet. Okay, Ralph got here. That means I must pull an executive decision. Sorry, Alonso, but you're gonna have to pull rear guard duty. You're gonna have to defend for your life. You need to give Panis time to get away. We have no other choice. We need to do this. Panis is still out here saving fuel though, so... bit concerning. Come on, please. Panis, you can do it. Panis. Alonso, you can do this. That's why I jacked up your line defense and braking ratings to max. You need to block for Panis for as long as possible while Panis gets away. Alonso, you need to do this. You can do this. Come on. He needs to hold until conditions switch back to intermediate, because at that point I can have Panis come in, then have Alonso come in, and we should be fine. But for this to work, Alonso needs to block for his life. He has to do this. He didn't do it. Panis, run. Forget about saving fuel. You need to run. Run. Alonso, if you can get the move done again, that will be awesome. He cannot, he's too far. Dang it. Panis, run. 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 We need to have someone win this race. Either Panis or Alonso. I don't care at this point. Someone needs to win. It needs to be a Prost. Dang it, they will have to change. I think Alonso's gonna pass us. I think Ralph is gonna pass us. On the other hand, Panis has more experience than Alonso, so... Mark Webber pits for some reason. But like I was saying, Panis has more experience than Alonso, but Ralph is about a second a lap faster than us, so... Just gotta hope and pray, man. Just gotta hope and pray. Pray that he can get past this fucker quickly enough. He did, okay. Both did, unfortunately. People's coming into pit for some reason. I do not know why, but they are. Maybe they didn't pit at the beginning. But whatever back marker Panis passes, Ralph gets someone as well. My only, the only hope we have right now is that Ralph has to pit again. No, don't do that. I'm gonna have to lower top speed because Panis needs to save fuel. Otherwise, we're screwed. David Coulthard pits. Rico Arnoldi pits. Yeah, our only hope right now is that Ralph Schumacher has to pit as well. Otherwise, even though Panis is putting up a great defensive performance, he might get desperate and end up breaking Panis' rear wing. Or just pass him like that. Dang it! Okay. Our only hope is that Ralph has to pit. That's our only hope. There's Kimi. Where is he? He did pit. Okay. The 1-2 is secure. Thank you. He had to pit again for fuel and tires. Ferrari have done the job for us. Okay, for as happy as I am, job is not done, because that man ran us down with a 15. He's here. We had a 15-second lead or so, and he ran us down. So we're not out of the woods yet. He still can pick us off. But what will make it better is if the conditions change to intermediate on this lap. Because that will mean that Ralph pitted for no reason at all. If that were to happen, that will be awesome. That would mean Ralph pitted for new wets and we will be able to pit for intermediates. That will be awesome. Let's go. Okay, don't do that. Panis is the first one that's going to pit, because of course. Needs an extra lap of fuel, intermediates. Put the top speed all the way up. This all the way to 1, don't do that. Push. And Alonso, you're gonna have to stay out there one more lap, don't worry. Ralph is not gonna get you. And hopefully he doesn't get pit stop glitched by physical. But this weather change, we just won this race. We absolutely, completely won this race, because even though Ralf Schumacher is a level 5 wet weather driver, he doesn't have, like, he's on wet tires. He won't have enough pace to run us down on those wet tires. We will have intermediates, he will have wets. We should be fine. The only thing that could stop us now is a pit stop glitch. And arrows just pit. Please, thank you. Okay. Ralph is right here, but we shouldn't be too concerned with him. We are fine because we're on the proper tire. Even though he's fast, Panis is pretty fast on his own. What does concern me though? Yeah, Panis is getting away. What does concern me is that Alonso will be behind Ralph and he's gonna have to pass him, but it should be fine in the end. You don't need that extra lap of fuel. Or maybe you do. Get that extra lap just in case. Just in case. This is just a precautionary thing. It's absolutely not necessary. I am concerned now though, because Physical could pit and ruin everything. He doesn't. Kimi, don't. Thank you. Okay. It's gonna be a beautiful 1-2, unless there's a DNF. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Now, Alonso just needs to run down Ralph, which shouldn't be too much issue. And man has this stretch a lot again. You know what, let's wait until Alonso runs him down, because he should be able to run him down fairly easily. And yeah, he's there already. Job done. Job done. And what does Frentzen think he's doing? Is he on it or what? Frentzen, get out of the way, and let's put the cameras on Alonso. Job done. Job done. 1-2 for Prost. And let's just let Frentzen go. He appears to be faster than Alonso, so let's just let him go. This is going to be a 1-2 finish if there's no DNF. Maybe the weather changes and we have to make another pit stop, and that puts us under pressure from Ralph. But overall, this is one of the objectives I have in mind. A 1-2 in France? Yeah, absolutely. Got ahead in the recording to the future, where things are hopefully good. Well, that didn't take long. Unfortunate. But we do have fresh tires for this situation. We don't need to pit again. Where is the container? Okay, we don't need to refuel, is the term I was looking to use, but I'm gonna put an extra lap of fuel anyway, just in case, for Panis. Alonso, he doesn't need any extra laps of fuel, but he might have to wait a lap. Or maybe not. Back down, back down, back down. Let's try to get them service on the same lap. It's unfortunate that you cannot double stack in this game, and I think that gap is not enough. No way in hell that's enough. The full animation has to play for us. No, just run. Okay, Alonso in the lead again. Panis, he will be getting back into the lead shortly. But Alonso's back in the lead. He needs to pit. Schumacher is now a threat because he went into pit. I don't think he's gonna make up enough time on those dries. But remember, he's on a Ferrari. We're on a Prost. This could get hairy. I mean, it's already hairy because Alonso has traffic in front. It's gonna be a pretty dominant win from Panis because of how far ahead he is. But Okay, Ralph is plenty far back, so we should be fine. Ah, the pit stop glitch. Don't do it. Don't. Yeah, Montoya's gonna slow him down. Come on, thank you. Okay. Gonna be a few dramatic closing laps, but we should be just about fine. Oof. Let's go ahead in the future, where hopefully it is on lap 72. And not earlier, please. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 8 years. 8 years since he first and last do it. But he's gonna do it again. Oliver Panis is going to win the French Grand Prix 8 years after winning his first race in the Monaco Grand Prix. Excellent job, Prost. We've done it again. Where's Panis? There is Panis. He wins the French Grand Prix, his home race of all races. Fernando Alonso is gonna come second for that Prost 1-2. French team getting a 1-2 with a French engine, French supplier, French everything. Well, except the second driver, and the team manager perhaps. But French, that's the point. Third is gonna be Ralf Schumacher, who despite not being able to get the win, he's still gonna get an advantage over his championship rivals. Well, except one of them. If you want to consider Olivier Panis a championship contender, that is, which, you know what? After this race, and the fact we are getting better each race, I think Panis is a championship contender. Confirmation that we have a 1-2 finish for Prost Grand Prix. Justice is being made for Prost. Third, it's Ralf Schumacher with Kimi Räikkönen on fourth. Just 3 people on the lead lap. Let that sink in. Fifth is Mark Webber. Just 4 people on the first 2 laps. Like, that's crazy, bro. Excuse me. Enrique Bernoldi, let me put that up. Enrique Bernoldi is 6th with Physical at 7 and Coulthard 8. Somehow he still got a point. John Lacey somehow couldn't show up. He's 11th, which disappointing considering he's a wet weather specialist. Somehow. And here is your DNFs. Even if Michael Schumacher wasn't taken out, I don't think he would have done much. So, things are getting spicy. Ralf Schumacher now has 60 points. He is 14 points ahead of Rubens Barrichello, 18 points ahead of David Coulthard, 24 points ahead of Olivier Panis. Can you make up this gap under this system? Maybe you can't. But we're gonna try it out anyway. I think Olivier Panis is a championship contender. We need a strong second half of the year to prove that. And speaking of stuff, Williams stumbling, Prost up to third and about to catch up to McLaren. Prost is coming back. We have pulled up. The pull-up game is insane in this season. And Prost is dominating the pull-up game. Let's see. We made cash. Staff losses, that's fine. Testing issues, that's the testing, complaining, that's the usual. We have received a new improved engine from our engine sponsors. That's exactly what he wanted. Will have been nice to be able to do double development, so use a development bar to do remapping, then remap the new engine before it comes to us, but not needed. TV airtime advantage, I don't think we'll need it. Things are going. Licensing, I don't care about no licensing. We found the Ferrari level 2 active. We'll check it out in a moment. Okay. First, let's check out our very own driver. It's not done, so let's just try to copy Ferrari's. It's an active suspension level 1. Why? Go back to Williams. Williams has the actual good active suspension, so we're gonna focus on this one. Stand by. Alright, so 4 here, that's perfectly fine. Full there. full there, and I'm gonna take off everything from this active suspension because I gotta redistribute the points. Upgrade the technology, we have a more resilient throttle, and we got spare parts. Now let's see the new engine. Oh, here's a bit of a glitch. If you are going to receive a new engine from your supplier and you are remapping or improving an engine that same weekend, you're not gonna get the new engine. So our 1G spec is here, but the 2A spec of engine has not arrived just yet. Don't worry, it will arrive for the next episode. It will be here, do not worry. We got our improved wet weather tires. We got our improved wet weather intermediate tires. Everything is improved. Good. Car's a bit warm, but that should be fine. Okay. Credit Suisse and PSN, they're moving along. This is moving along as well. I'm going to use that advantage on Credit Suisse. Move this 25% all the way to just 1 and move it all to quality. Just enough quality, then sure, that works. Over here, PSN, 555 and Ketia, they are all happy. So what do we do now? Let's see. I do need to redistribute things here then. What I do now, I need to save the game because I don't want electricity to ruin everything. Also, next race is Britain. This is the critical rating. There could be another Prost 1-2 in the cars, but that will be for the next episode. That was excellent. Leave that here. 1 win, 1 pole. Now we need Alonso to get a win and a pole so that we can say both had one of those. Excellent episode. We're getting back there. We're pulling up to them, and they scared. Comment, like, subscribe. Actually, don't do that. Don't listen to me in this moment because I have to put up the video with my whole race speed rant. So let's cut to that. This from me, from Jose of the present. Now I leave you to Jose of the past to shut this video down. Goodbye from Jose of the present. Wait, why are you in the main screen? Well, this is just before the French Grand Prix. Future Jose, you better remember to put this at the end of the episode, not like in the middle of everything. So, the French Grand Prix was frustrating because at the beginning of every single race, we were dropping back down the order in a very unrealistic way. Like, we started 6 and 8, right? Remember? Well, we were dropping back to 21st and 22nd in just one turn. Which, as you might understand, I do not agree with. So I did some testing to figure out the reason why that happened, and apparently it is related to the race speed setting. You might have noticed in the actual race that I did not put the speed to 100% at the beginning. I did it later. That's because of that. Because apparently the race speed setting adjusts or changes something in the algorithms related to the race start or something? I do not know, but at the point where I'm making this video, race starts are more realistic with 150% than at 100%. I'm pretty sure that when I actually record the French Grand Prix, I will have found a more realistic speed than 150%. Like, for example, if you go up to third in the race start, you actually stay there or just drop 1 place instead of 5 places, for example. Anyway, that's the actual end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, subscribe, the usual YouTuber stuff, and thank you for staying here to hear me rant a bit here in the end. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye.